Alright, this is my first video trying to, to start a channel on trying to uplift all of us, myself included. We need to work together as a human race to get out of this evil, freaking devilish, trickish place that we live in. Smoke and mirrors, and we live like in a half reality, half video game. And I believe real means like realignment. So real is always shifting, so you can't ever stay real or whatever. You can be true to yourself, and that's all you can do. You can't please everyone else, but you can help uplift everyone else by being a better version of yourself. And I'm trying to accomplish and do that for everyone, including myself. I love humanity. I love all the positive, good things. I even love the negativity sometimes because it made me realize I was stronger than I thought. Like, example, I've been crushed by 2 tons of a minivan at 75 miles an hour off a roof. And, I mean, I am a miracle, aren't we all? But I've lived and I've died and I've come back. We're all immortal in one way or another. If you keep being negative, you go down in levels, you get higher in levels, you go up in levels. So you either go to hell or you go to heaven. Right now we're in between, is what I believe. I meditate and pray and a lot lately, and I found myself. And I guess we're 2 parts of a whole. We have a physical and a spiritual self, but we're on 2 different planes of existence. One is on this earth and one is on the heaven earth. So we're on hell earth. But that does still have positivity to it though, because you can't have the negativity came from God himself by accident. It was a mistake. He's human too, apparently. So they're led with their false beliefs and ideas, and they're jealous of us because we don't die, and they do. And maybe they were good enough though, they could become human or something. They shapeshift, I guess. And all this goes back to even my heritage, and I'm Tlingit Native Alaska 50%, and I'm 50% white, but my native heritage says that we were intermingled with by aliens. The white part says that never happened. But I know what I feel, and I feel we have been manipulated. And I always have felt like this. I guess my ex was reminding me, even from 20 years ago, I was talking like how I talk now. So I've been changing and getting more information and more belief and more love and light into myself. So in a weird way, I'm thankful for the coronavirus. It made me find myself fully. But it's a hard time period. I understand that for everybody, being isolated. But now it's time to come back together and help one another. It's not just every person for themselves. We are a bigger part of a whole. And we shouldn't let people control us. We have control. We are the strength and the power. We are the love and the light and cooperation and creativity and positivity and optimism. All the things that are possible. Might take a little work, but I have faith and I have a good feeling about it. Like, for 30 years, after my mom died when I was 10, passed away, she told me the day before she was gonna die that she was gonna die, even though the doctors said that she was supposed to come home that morning. Well, she was right, not the doctors. And I don't know what exactly happened. colon burst or something, or my dad poisoned her. I really don't know. But just think of all your lives, just anybody. Has everything in your life been the way it's been told to you? Think about it. Just think. No. I mean, look at how crazy it's gotten in the past 2 years. So, things are not the way they would be seeming. There's always an eternal fight of dark and light. But it's within each of us, and we have the right to choose. And yes, we make mistakes. Even God made mistakes, but doesn't mean you can't reflect and look back and try to make things better and correct your mistakes. Once you do a negative action, you could say you're sorry or apologize or try to make it up anyway, other ways. And being negative, feeling negative all the time doesn't help anybody. So throwing it onto other people just brings them down, and it's not fair to anybody. So all this pressure they're putting on everybody is not fair, obviously, but we are in a war. It's just not traditional sense. And this is a war of the universe, not the world. So all I is that mark my words that if you don't hear the truth through me, that you will hear it soon enough, eventually. And I don't know what exactly I am. I guess supposedly humans are immortal, so, which I've seen that. I've died a few times. I went to heaven and then I went to purgatory and I got out of both of them. So I believe that we are immortal, but it depends on where you go afterwards, depending on what you do. And waiting for my ride to go dose from methadone, unfortunately, but I have chronic pain issues, as you can imagine, being squashed by a minivan, but I'm only on 33 milligrams, which is like a starter dose, so that's not too bad. And most people don't even know I'm in pain. I mean, looking and listening to me right now, you probably wouldn't think that every breath I take and every word I've been speaking hurts, but it does. I'll show you some of these scars. There's where my pelvis is put back together with 4 bullets. There's where they took out my kidney. There's where they inflated my left lung, and I have another one on my right. And then that mark right there on my ankle, that scar is where the radiator was. And then right up there, I have brain surgery from a door lock I took at 75 miles an hour. So just try to help others, be there for them, love them, because who else do we have? We have ourselves. We have ourselves within ourselves. Ourselves. They need us, and we're two halves of we're 2 parts. One spiritually on a different side, and one. Think of it like a mirror, like a literal mirror in between us. So we can't see the other earth because we're not vibrating it high enough to get to it or see it or be in it. So, but I must be getting information from my other self. And I don't know where all this comes from. Just soul searching, meditating, thinking, but I mean, I was thinking maybe the world could be a cube, not a circle at all. Because you spin a cube, what happened? It turns into a circle. So, there's a lot of illusions at play. So. And did you know that it says that particles can vibrate and be particles at the same time? Meaning that I'm here and not here. You get that? So I'm here, but I'm not here. It's really weird. And the universe is similar. If you look at the universe, it looks back at you. So in other words, if you look at anything, you'll see something. It just blows your mind. Anyways, everything is connected. We all were one thing once. And it got lost in time and history and translation. But most of the ancient stuff is more correct. Look back in our future proves past is what Q says in QAnon, which is supposedly conspiracy theory. But if you've been looking at most of my conspiracies have been coming true. I've been talking this way for years, and I haven't really been wrong. Like the movie Inception, a dream within a dream within a dream. We live within God. The devil's within him. We are also fighting back and forth, trying to be a better version, loving, caring, more like the Creator himself. So everything was split up and divided between everybody, and then the elites hate us, the rich hate us because we have a soul and they don't. So they're purely hollow and we're infinite. So that makes them pissed off at us, knowing that once they die, they cease to exist. But I have died, and I didn't cease to exist. Even when I took my life and overdosed, I went to purgatory. So I was still alive, but in blackness. When I got squashed, I went to heaven, which is weird because I was drunk really bad, 0.46, and that should have killed me itself. And then other things, Vicodin and marijuana, but I'm still here. Shattered rib cage and chest cavity and brain injury. Still hoping, still praying, still loving, still learning, still trying to make a difference and keep our vibes up, because if we don't, people will be left behind. Some of them won't wake up. Some of them are too oblivious and too stuck in their negativity to want to get out of it. So, unfortunately, you can't force anybody to love you. You can't force anybody to do anything. Nobody can force you to do anything. You always have a choice. I mean, somebody robs you, you could fight back or you could give them your stuff. I mean, it's still a choice. So, there's just a lot of hypocrisy in the world, and I want it to be more clear, more loving, more spiritual, more, I guess, more native, like my one half of me. Technology, yeah, can be beneficial, like such like this. I used to play video games 24/7. I don't really anymore. It's kind of hard to when you realize when we live in a false reality ourselves. So it's not what we were taught or told. And I believe the Bible and the church are just the guardians of lies. A lot of them. Because they wrote the lies. The book was written the way it was written and left the way it was written. the Bible would be beneficial, but from what I understand from the research I've done is that Eden was another planet, and it was invaded by we were made by the devil. Or we were already here. I mean, we were made by God, but then the devil put negativity into us. So that's where we're at. So now we're two people. So that's why we have a range of emotions, and how you can feel so many different ways is because you are literally good and evil. Which if you put them together, it cancels it out. And then you got, what, a rock? So yeah, you'd just be a dead body. Well, anyways, that's my rant for this morning. I'm gonna post it up. Love you guys. Keep your heads up. I know these are hard times. I pray for all of you. Love all of you. And tune in to the next video.